This is going to be episode 1 of the off-season series.
Blame me, blame me, blame me. You know my pyroclastic flow. You know my pyroclastic flow. You know my pyroclastic flow. It's R-A-W, R-A-W.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be episode 1 of the new kind of series I'm going to start, which is called the off-season series. So not going to be anything like crazy or glamorous, but through this I'm going to just show you guys how I structure my off-season, my bulk. You know, how do I adjust and change things up when I plateau and things start to fall off a little bit, and yeah, take you guys through everything I do. Because at the end of the day, everyone loves to show the prep series, and obviously that's more exciting and stuff like that, but this is where you really build the muscles when you're bulking and taking that kind of time off from being lean. That's the most important part into actually putting on that muscle. So I kind of just want to show you guys that. And if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I've been bulking for a little over a year, and I don't plan to compete again until 2024, so I'll be still bulking in an off season for another year. So this will be a long series for sure. But yeah, so basically how I start every single day is I'll get up, and first thing I do is make my first meal. So my first meal is 1 salmon fillet and then 300 grams of rice. So I throw the salmon in the oven, start the rice in the rice cooker, and that rice will last me the whole day. They both take exactly 30 minutes to cook. So while I'm waiting for that in the morning, that's when I kind of get ready. I take a shower if I want to take a shower. I weigh myself, so I get my fasted weight every morning, get dressed and shit, and then I have been slacking on this, but take progress pictures, which I did today. I'll show you. So I mean, I usually try and do them once a week, but I've been slacking on it. I probably do it once a month, maybe, if that. Just because I never feel like taking pictures in the morning, but I will say it is really important to, especially fasted in the morning, just so you can kind of get an idea of how your body's changing and how much you're progressing each week or each month based on the new things you've been implementing. So here are mine today. I've been at about 190 pounds for a month or so. Kind of on purpose, I've kind of decided to pull back on my bulk a little bit, not cut, but just kind of maintain, just kind of go through a period of holding. So just holding my 190, I kind of got up to about 191, 192 and realized that I was kind of at the point where I didn't want to put on any more body fat. So I've kind of hit that point in the bulk after about 50 pounds where it's there's a point where, you've probably heard taking the bulk too far and getting fat. And obviously it's not what you want to do. Even though it is super necessary to put on that little extra body fat and not be afraid of that little extra body fat while you're bulking, to put on muscle optimally, you don't want to take it too far. You don't want to overdo it. So yeah, that's why I've been holding for a little bit. I might end up running a mini cut at some point within the next month or 2 months. A really short cut, maybe 4 to 6 weeks. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of hold it and see where I'm at in about a month. So another thing I do right in the morning before I have my first meal is I drink my greens powder with glutamine. So this is the one I use. Greens, probiotics, and digestive enzymes in there, and then my glutamine. So I have both of these. I just pour a glass of water, and then I do 1 scoop of the greens, and then 1 scoop of glutamine. And then these are both JACKEDFACTORY supplements, so I do have a code BRINKZ if you do want to save some money on those. So yeah, I drink this, and then I have my first meal right after that. So like I said, 1 salmon fillet, it's about 170 grams, and 300 grams of jasmine white rice cooked. I weigh it cooked, my rice. So yeah, this is always my first meal of the day, and usually it's my pre-workout meal. I like to train after my first meal, so like today, once I'm done with this meal, I'll go train. Something I have been doing recently for about the past couple weeks is when I eat, I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but when I do eat and when I'm in bulking, it takes me so long to get down my food because I'm struggling and almost throwing it up. And then I kind of get distracted when I go on my phone and stuff, so it could take me an hour to eat my food. So what I've been doing lately is I just set a 30-minute timer, force myself to get this done within 30 minutes. That way I'm not sitting here for an hour every single meal. All right, so I just finished my meal. Last thing I do before I head to the gym is make my intra workout and get my pre-workout and post-workout like snack. So on the way to the gym, basically every day I usually have a banana and an apple. So I'll have these while I'm driving to the gym, and then I have one bagel post-workout. So this is like the first thing I have post-workout. And then intra-workout, what I'm gonna do, what I do every day is I have my carb powder. So 1 scoop of carb powder. This is a day on Jacked Factory. This is just cluster reduction carbs, and then 1 scoop of my EAAs as well, and then 1 scoop of glutamine. And then yeah, so that's my intra workout. If you guys have been following me, you guys know I don't really take pre-workout. Honestly, I've been kind of thinking like I might try like a non-stim pre, but yeah, I never really ever taken pre-workout. So yeah, but that's it. Now it's time to go to the gym. We get a little push today. Alright guys, so today for the workout portion of this video, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. If you watch me regularly, you know that usually when I do the workout part of my videos, I just throw a few songs and over the workout and make a montage and do some cool stuff, which I'm still going to do with a lot of the other videos I'm going to do, but for this whole like off-season series thing that I'm doing, all the workouts, I'm going to just have a voiceover, me talking about and explaining everything I'm doing, or at least just talk about it in the gym and not really put music over it. So yeah, this will be the first video I do like this, and we'll see how it goes. So like I said, this is my chest and shoulders day. One of my chest and shoulders day. I do 2 of them. So I do one that's more shoulder focused and then one that's more chest focused. And then realistically, the only difference between my shoulder focused day and my chest focused day is shoulder focused, I'll start with shoulders, and chest focused, I'll start with chest. And then on my shoulder day, I do 4 exercises of shoulders and 3 exercises of chest. And then my chest focused day, I'll do 4 chest exercises and then 3 shoulder exercises. So getting right into it, as you saw in the first couple clips, I start off by just doing some foam rolling and getting my shoulders loose, my whole upper body loose, some arm swings and stuff. Sometimes I'll hop on the bike for a little bit, but today I didn't. Then I head over to the cables, and this is where I do some basically some resisted external and internal shoulder rotations. And in my opinion, I think this is very, very important. So I actually tore my shoulder back in high school when I was playing football. I think my sophomore year, I had tore my labrum in my left shoulder, and I had surgery on it. And eventually I had to go back to PT, physical therapy, to rehab it and everything. And I remember my physical therapist told me like the internal external rotations on a cable or you can use a band are super important. So I mean, that's why I've been doing it ever since. Almost every chest, shoulder, or back day, upper body day, I will do these beforehand. And luckily I have not had any problems whatsoever since my shoulder surgery. My shoulders are completely fine, and I've never even had the slightest issue with them. So yeah, I mean, if you have shoulder problems, maybe give these a try. Maybe it'll help. And then last thing I do before I get into the workout is I just hang out a pull-up bar for a little bit, just decompress my spine. And I mean, this feels good for me. It always like just helps me like get kind of loose and open up. But now finally getting into some fun things. So I start off with my first exercise being rear delt cable flies on this reverse cable fly machine. So I do 3 sets of 10 to 12. And then I do one final set where I drop the weight a little bit, go a little bit lighter weight, and try and get 15 to 20 reps. And then after that, I lower the weight again with a drop set, and then go till failure. So 4 total sets. And usually I actually use a cable machine to do reverse cable flies on that instead of the machine. And to be honest, I like that better. This is my first day trying to implement this back in there. But every time I try to, I feel like I never get the same my muscle connection and like good contraction with this machine as opposed to using the cables. So I think I'm going to go back to the cables next week. But it was still worth trying out again, so not really beat up about it. Now into my main shoulder movement for the day. I am doing dumbbell shoulder press right now. So this set that you're about to see this is my last warm-up set. So I have the 85s in hand, and what I'm going to do is about 2 to 3 reps. This is before my top set, so I'm going to do my top set at 95 pounds, 95 pound dumbbells. And how I work up to that 95 pounds is I'll do about 3 warm-up sets. So the first set I do is 55 pound dumbbells for about 6 to 8. The next set I do is 70 pound dumbbells for about 4 to 5. And then the last set I do is 85 dumbbells for about 2 to 3. So I'm just progressively working up to my actual working sets. So here I'm going to do 2 working sets of about 6 to 10 reps, and then 1 back off set with lighter weight with about 10 to 15 reps. So it's been a while since I actually recorded some sets of dumbbell press, but a little critique on my form here. So I could have a little bit more control on the eccentric portion, could probably get a little bit deeper as well. And lastly, you can also tell that my elbows tend to flare out a little bit. In my opinion, I think it's a little bit more easy on the shoulder if you're tucked a little bit with the shoulders, but I think it's a good thing to note that your form won't always be perfect every set, every rep. If you're working to progressive overload, which you should, then eventually you're going to run into some form breakdown. But that's why it is important to record yourself in the gym and actively check your own form. Alright, and now into my first chest movement of the day. So I do a slight incline on the Smith machine. This is my top set, so this is 245 on the bar. Again, with some form critiques on my own part. Same thing, I kind of just need to control the eccentric a little bit better. But again, like I said, when you're chasing progression, it is kind of normal to sometimes just forget about those cues and try and get another rep or add on some weight and move a little bit heavier weight. But something I need to go back and look at next week. Overall, it's a good set for me, and this was a 1 rep progression. Didn't get the last one, as you can see, kind of failed here, but yeah, till failure, so it's solid. Come on. And then last thing I forgot to mention, this is the same set and rep scheme as the dumbbell shoulder press. So I'm doing 2 sets of 6 to 10 reps, and then 1 back off type set where I lower the weight and try and get 12 to 15 reps. The only difference here is on my back off set here, I also drop set. So after I'm done with 185 here is my back off set. Once I go to failure here, then I take off that 25 and then go to failure again. Alright, next we're moving into this machine incline press, this Nautilus piece, and it's honestly one of my favorite machines here at my gym. So I only do 2 sets here, 1 top set of 6 to 10 reps, and then the set that you're seeing is my second set, and this set is just a set of 20 to 25 reps. So I'm doing a rest pause set here. This is one of my favorite intensifiers. And if you don't know what a rest pause set is, it is basically where I have my given weight and I'll do as many reps as I can. I'll usually fail at like 10 to 12, and then I'll rest for 10 seconds and then do as many reps as I can again. Rest for 10 seconds, do as many reps as I can again. All these till failure, and then I'll rest 10 seconds and I keep going until I get to 20 to 25 reps. And then on this one, I also do a drop set after that, which you'll see where I lower the weight and then again just go to failure. So yeah, this is one of my favorite ways to incorporate an intensifier. Just 2 sets, but it's really a lot more than that. Also, I want to mention positioning of my body on this. So because I'm really just trying to focus on the upper chest here, I scoop my butt a little bit forward because this particular machine is kind of like a little bit more upright and kind of gets more shoulders if you're sitting actually into the seat. So I scoop my butt up a little bit forward, have a little bit of an arch, and really just focus on squeezing through that pec at the top of the movement and getting that full contraction. And then also, as you can see, really getting that good stretch at the bottom too. And then to finish off the chest, we are going to do some high to low cable flies. So I do 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and then I just drop set the last set. So this is the last set you're seeing. Actually, the camera, like the internal temperature got too hot, and it didn't get the full drop set. But yeah, 3 sets of 10 to 12 with a drop set, and just again, focusing on getting that good stretch, and then a good solid contraction, working on that lower part of the chest. All right, and then after that, right into some Y raises, some cable Y raises. This is one of my favorite side delt exercises. Some people feel it a little bit in their rear delt as well, but I feel like it's mostly side delt, at least the way I do it. And yeah, how to perform it is really just in the name. It's bringing your arms up like a Y and getting that good contraction there. And I do 2 sets of 10 to 15 reps, and yeah. Alright, and finally the last exercise of the day. I'm just doing some simple side lateral raises on this Atlantis machine. So for this one, just to finish off the shoulders, I do 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and then I basically just drop set like crazy. So this is my second set and my last set of the whole workout. But this is honestly the most fun part of my workout here, and usually most of my workouts, because at the end, I kind of just forget a little bit about the logbook and progressing. Like I said, I do 2 sets of 10 to 12, but after I hit those numbers, I'm really just drop setting and just going like crazy, not counting reps at all, doing partials. And it's kind of just like old school bodybuilding, just training to train and just getting big and getting the pump and everything. And, you know, I think it'd be fun to like train like this always, but I do really believe that it's important to progress in logbook and progress in all of your lifts. But I kind of just allow myself at the end of my workouts and this one right here to kind of just go for it and just do as many as I can. All right, so just finished up at the gym, and I just got home. So like I said in the beginning, on my way home when I drive home, I have one of these bagels. So these are Dave's Killer Bread plain bagels. So I have just one of these. It's about 50 grams of carbs, I believe. Yeah, 48 grams of carbs. So I usually have that on the ride home, and then right when I get home, I cook myself, or I have it already cooked. This is 7 ounces of cooked tilapia and 200 grams of jasmine white rice. So this is usually my post-workout meal every single day. But yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, this is really just gonna be about, this whole series is gonna be about me bulking and like give you guys the reality of what, you know, bodybuilding is all about when you're younger. But you know, I just want you guys to like learn from my mistakes in the past, because I mean, obviously you don't have to do everything I do if you don't really want to compete in bodybuilding and take bodybuilding to like a professional level, but you can stay lean year round and, you know, just have a good physique. That's totally fine if you're not looking to compete. But if you are, for those of you guys out there, it's very important to take bulking and like time off from being lean so you can put on that extra muscle. So like throughout my college days, I literally just wanted to be shredded all the time. Literally looking back at it, I wish I had taken bulking a little bit more seriously instead of always wanting to be lean, because I think I would have put on so much more muscle, and I'd be, honestly, I could be way past where I'm at right now if I did. But yeah, the main message I just want to get across to you guys is that it's okay to get soft and it's okay to put on a little bit of fat. It's a good thing and it's honestly healthier. Just don't take it too far, but you know, you don't always have to look super crisp. It's obviously tough, especially for someone that like does kind of like social media and stuff like I do. Like, obviously you're gonna draw more attention to yourself if you are like lean and just crazy shredded, but you really have to work to get past that mentally, and that's the biggest thing, is getting past it mentally. And once you do, which I have now, to just accept like the process and accept the phase that you're in. You really just have to embrace every single phase that you're in, whether you're cutting, maintaining, or bulking, and just love the process. That's really all it's about. But yeah, I'm gonna set my timer, eat this meal, and one last thing, this little set from Youngla is dropping on, I'll put in, I don't know when it's dropping, but I'm a big fan of sets, so I like this a lot. It's a matching set for the sweats and the top shirt. This is an XL shirt, and then the pants are large. They're pretty baggy. Can't really see them right here, but they're no cuff. I kind of like it. I usually don't wear stuff like that, but I kind of fuck with it. I really love like sets, so I'll be rocking this a lot. And yeah, that's it. Code BRINKZ if you want to save some money on it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.